Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, I'm leaving the gym right now, and I was just thinking, man, as I was leaving the gym, I was like, man, you know, a lot of people are working out and they still have a challenge with losing weight. They still struggle with losing the big old ass stomach. And I really didn't have any idea on what topic I was going to talk about today, but that came to mind. So I'm like, man, so many people go to the gym, but they still can't get the results they want. So let me just talk about that today. How about that? But before we dive in, guys, we just crossed over like 260 some podcast episodes. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, take a second to leave me a review, okay? So we can get these reviews up more and we can get it out to more people, all right? I'm giving out free game, all right? This is free information I'm giving y'all. Support the podcast, all right, by just leaving a review. And so with that said, I want to share a couple of things that I've noticed because I've been doing this now, coaching over 15 plus years. I did over a decade of training people in person, training the Buckhead Betties of Atlanta, Georgia, a couple of, celebrities and people like that. But outside of that, I've been doing this for a very long time. I did it in person. Now I've been doing the online coaching for about, 2.5, 3 years, something like that. And there's just so many common mistakes that I see a lot of people making. All right. And so I want to give y'all a couple of them. That way, if you're doing these things, stop doing it, especially if you're tired of having that stomach. Like at the time you're making this podcast, summertime coming up, I know your ass want to look good when you hit the pool. I know you want to look good when you hit the beach. You don't want to have that big old ass t-shirt on looking like Casper. You want to be able to pull your shirt off and feel like you that guy. Or have your bikini on and, not feel all shame and self-conscious like people looking at you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And also in this world we live in now, we got so many people pranking and filming folks without them supposed to be filming them. And they still put it on social media just to get, attention. You don't want to be one of them folks that get filmed, do you? Anyway, let's go ahead and get it in. So number one, this is critical, guys. If you want to lose weight and you want to have a flat stomach, you have to stop just working out. And here's what I mean by this. The people who just work out, and we all see people like this. They go to the gym faithfully, always hitting the gym. Some of them go more than I go to the gym, but they don't see any progress. These are the people that you see in the gym every single week, every single month, every single year, but they still have a big stomach. They still can't lose weight. This is because they lack structure. Guys, if you're just working out without having a plan, I'm just going to do some bench press, then some bicep curl, then a little ab exercise, then hoop with the boys. That is not a plan. That is working out. That is how you get inconsistent results or no results at all. Yeah, you might feel a little stronger. You might feel, like you accomplished something when you went to the gym. You might feel a little sore, a little sweaty, but the belly ain't going away. The reason why is because your ass is just winging it. So you have to get structure, aka you have to have a plan. Okay? The reason why you have to have a plan is this. I'm pretty sure y'all have all heard of the term you hit a plateau, or people get stuck. In other words, you get stuck. You start seeing results and then you stop seeing results, or you just didn't see any results from the beginning, period, right? This happens because you don't know what you're doing, and therefore you don't know what you need to change to start seeing results. Now, if you have a plan, let's say when you go to the gym, you do 4 sets of, let's say you do bench press, you do leg press, you do pull-ups, and then you do shoulder presses. And you do 4 sets and you do 8 to 10 reps on each exercise. That's a plan. And then you even have like a certain amount of time that you rest in between sets. And so let's say you go a month and you don't get any results. Well, shit, I wouldn't wait a whole month. But let's say you go a week to 2 weeks and you're not getting any results. You look back at your plan and you say, What things can I potentially change about this plan? You know, how much weight have I been lifting? Have I been really challenging myself with the weight that I'm using? Am I giving myself too much rest time? Maybe you resting for 3 to 4 minutes in between sets because you looking at your gym crush too long. Maybe you on your phone too long, but you don't have no plan. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a plan, you won't know any of these things. But if you have a plan, you're able to say, I need to get better with doing this. I need to get stronger. I need to get my reps up. I need to cut down on my rest time. But if you don't have a plan, you won't know what to change, guys. All right? Therefore, your ass gonna stay stuck. A lot of folks, they've been going to the gym for years. They haven't gotten stronger because they don't have a plan to show how much weight they've been lifting. Like inside my coaching app, my members can see how much weight they're using. And we track these things. And so that way, we can see the progression, how they're getting stronger. Shouts out to one of my coaching clients, Lance. He had been working out, and, you know, I was looking at how much weight he was bench pressing. And I was like, Lance, I know you can go heavier than that. And this is why some of y'all need a coach, man. I'm like, dude, I know you can lift heavier than that. He was like, I never thought about lifting heavier, man. I don't know. I'm like, just try it out. And then when he tried it out, he was like, damn, coach, I never would have thought I could lift that kind of weight. You know what I'm saying? Now he feels even more confident, even more powerful, even more capable. Okay? You have to have a plan, otherwise you won't know. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, this should go without saying, but you have to be consistent. Guys, if you go to the gym when you feel like it, or when it's convenient to go to the gym, yeah, your results go do the same thing to your ass. It's going to be inconsistent. Some days you go feel stronger, some days you won't. Like I went through this in my early phases of my career, and I was already training people, but I was trying to make some money because I was broke, and I would go to the gym when I could. I would work myself out when I could, even though I was training people. And I noticed some weeks when I'm getting ready to go out with my buddies and go hang out, I'm like, man, my clothes fitting good on my body. I like the way what back then I was wearing a V-neck. The V-neck feel real good on my body right now. Then other weeks, I put the clothes on, they wouldn't fit as good. My arms wouldn't, the sleeve wouldn't hug my arm the way I wanted it to hug my arm. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like I was that guy. And so, it happened because I didn't have consistency. And so if you're not consistent, the results are also going to be inconsistent. But how do you solve the problem of inconsistency? You have to have a plan that supports your lifestyle. I see way too many people just obsessing over losing weight, and it's really bad, man. I hate that it's like this for a lot of y'all, but you're trying to do just about anything possible to lose the weight, even if it don't even sound like it's something that you can sustain. You just do it just because. Some of y'all be doing these detox diets, but knowing damn well you ain't gonna be detoxing for the rest of your life. Some of y'all, you get on a workout plan, a trainer say, hey, you got to work out 7 days a week. You know damn well you don't have time to work out 7 days a week. So how are you going to sustain that? Some of y'all, you see this trend, work out 2 times a day. How long can you sustain working out 2 times a day if you have a family at home and you got a demanding career? It's just not possible, man. You might be able to do it for a little bit of time, but you can't sustain it. And so you have to have a plan, not even just with working out, but also with your nutrition that supports your lifestyle. That way, you can not just get results now, but you can keep the results. This is why you see folks who they lose 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds, and then they start gaining it all back. Because they hit it hard for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Then when they stopped doing it, all the weight came back. Some of y'all, if somebody watching or listening, your ass done did that. You already know you done did that. And that happened because you don't have a plan that you can sustain. You don't have a plan where the routines and the habits and your lifestyle is something that you can sustain long term. All right. And I don't know about y'all. I don't want to just look good for a season or a week or for an event or for a birthday or for a vacation. I want to look good year round. What they say, stay ready so your ass ain't got to get ready. Okay. So that's the second thing. Have consistency if you want consistent results. Last thing, guys, sometimes I see people are doing all the right things, but what got you, let's say you've dropped 20 or 30 pounds, right? With your nutrition plan and your workout plan, but you've gotten stuck. You hit a plateau, right? You can't keep lifting the same little bit ass weights. At some point, you got to get uncomfortable again and start challenging yourself. If you've been bench pressing 135 pounds for the past couple of months, when are you going to start lifting heavier? If you've been walking at 2.5 miles per hour on a treadmill, when are you going to walk a little bit faster? Or when are you going to bump the incline up just a little bit? You don't have to be like that crazy ass person, bump the incline all the way up to the top and then hold on to the front like that's going to be working that ain't working nothing. Guys, that takes away all the effort and intensity if you holding on to the front, the little hand panels in the front while you're walking on the treadmill. Don't do that. Now, you're not challenging yourself if you're doing that. Of course, you could do that for hours. Anybody can. My damn grandmama could. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you have to challenge yourself. You have to continuously exercise your potential. Because once you start to feel comfortable, you should start thinking in the back of your head, damn, I'm not going to be getting the results I really want to. Because we don't get growth. We don't accomplish more success when we're in our comfort zone. It's very uncomfortable. Guys, I just had the biggest month of my online coaching career ever in April. It was the most uncomfortable month I've ever had. Even though I have staff and all that good stuff, it was very uncomfortable. I had to challenge myself. I had to do a lot. I'm still posting content. I'm still doing the lives. I'm teaching, managing my staff. I'm teaching and coaching my clients, helping them, building plans for my clients and everything, making adjustments. It's a lot. It's a lot having to talk to people, and I talked to about 60 to 80 people a month who inquire about coaching. It's a lot of shit. Everybody be like, oh yeah, I want that. And then people be envying you. They don't know what you had to go through to get that shit. It took work. I see why a lot of people be broke. A lot of folks be lazy as hell. See why a lot of people be fat. You're lazy. You ain't doing nothing. You have to apply yourself, which means you have to build pain tolerance. If I had to put in the type of effort and the intensity that I put in last month in April, at the time of making this podcast, a couple of years ago, it probably would have broke me because I hadn't built up a level of pain tolerance. Okay, you have to progress yourself. It's kind of like if you see somebody working out and you see they bench pressing 300 pounds, squatting 405, you're like, God damn, this is a lot. What's going on in here? They slapping themselves with powder. They got a little chalk powder on their hand. You like, what? No. I'm about to go over here to the machine. It's too much. You got to progress yourself up to that point. You know what I'm saying? You not just go jump right into the heat, right into the mix with those folks, because they on a whole nother level. They on their chapter 45. You on your chapter 1. You see what I'm saying? And so you can't live in chapter 1 forever if you want to get to your chapter 15 results. If you want to have a flat stomach, if you want to have abs, you can't keep doing chapter 1 effort. You got to get to chapter 2, then chapter 3, then chapter 5, then chapter 10 and 15 if you want to get to your results. You have to, it's like some people are just like, well, I just need to eat healthy. That's chapter 1. Of course you need to eat healthy. When are you going to start understanding how much calories you're eating? That's about chapter 4 or 5. At some point, you got to know that. Some people, they just wrap in their mouth. I don't want to do that. It's just, I don't like tracking calories. Well, if you don't get to that chapter, you'll never get to those chapter 5 results because you didn't progress. You can't just think you can live in chapter 1 and get chapter 10 results, guys. You have to keep pushing yourself. With the gym, meaning lifting heavier, getting your form down pat. When you're doing your cardio, how can you do your cardio more effectively? When you're eating, when you're doing your nutrition, how can you get to that next level? Not just eating healthy. Calorie intake. Okay, cool. I know the calories now. Protein intake. Okay, cool. I know the protein intake. Fiber intake. All right, cool. Now I know the fiber intake. Macros. You see how I know all those different chapters? Because I've gone through all those different chapters. You got to do the same thing. It don't mean that you got to go from today to knowing all that shit the next day. But if you don't start, you're not going to get there. You're not going to get there, guys. I'm just telling you. It's a lot of snowflake trainers out here. They'll start you at a certain level. Like, oh, I'm about to teach you macros right off the bat. Shit might sound good, But that's why a lot of folks get discouraged and overwhelmed and frustrated, because they're like, damn, man, this way too much. I eat 2 scoops of peanut butter, that buys 600-700 calories. God damn. That break people's spirit. And so you want to make sure whoever, it doesn't have to be me, whatever coach you invest in, because my whole goal, I just want to give out the value, and then the universe is gonna, bring value back to me the more value I put out there. So I really don't give a damn if you're doing me. But the thing is, you have to be aware of what coach aligns with your values, aligns with how you like to get coached. Coaches, if you know you like a coach who's going to be straightforward, somebody who's going to hold you to what you said you want to accomplish, somebody who's going to support you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm your guy. But if you like a coach who's going to coddle you, you like a coach who's going to cry with you on the phone when you crying and you just in your sob story, I ain't your guy. I don't want to hear all that shit. I ain't doing it. I can be sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? I understand we go through tough times. We all go through tough times. Shit, I go through tough times. But I'm not the type of person who's going to sympathize with the person and coddle them. I'm going to instill belief in you to empower you. That's what I do as a coach. I'm like, hey man, I understand you're going through tough times. That's why your ass need to go to the gym. And so you can feel a little bit better. Because I've been through plenty of days. I ain't feel like doing nothing. Went to the gym, felt a whole lot better. And you feel a little sympathy. You're like, oh, maybe I should just eat some junk food today. Maybe I should just drink a little bit more alcohol, a little bit of wine, just to kind of take out the edge. Yeah, no. Eat the right food. Because when you eat the right food, now you go feel better. Because if you eat junk food, you drink a whole lot of alcohol, you go feel worse. And you go feel like shit going to the next day. Now you feel guilty. Now you're 2 steps behind instead of 1 step behind. See what I'm saying? This is why you want to make sure you're having a coach who's going to empower you, man. All right? But anyway, I don't want to get too far off the topic. These are the things you want to do in terms of hitting the gym if you want a flat stomach. Have a plan. Be consistent. And continue to challenge yourself. Continue to exercise your potential. Once you notice that you're getting real comfortable, like it's a breeze going to the gym, like guys, you're not going to be getting the results that you want to if you're just extremely comfortable going to the gym. It's a reason why I think it's like half of America, it might be more than half of America, is overweight and another half is like obese. It's because it's very uncomfortable challenging yourself. The United States has made it very easy for people to just be comfortable. You can get on DoorDash and they can send you food. They can bring the food to you. And so you can just get fatter and fatter. Your stomach can get bigger and bigger. You don't even have to leave your house no more. That's how easy they're making it. Now they got at-home gyms like Tonal. You don't even have to leave your house. It's just too comfortable. Guys, you have to exercise your discipline. You have to exercise your pain tolerance if you want to continue to grow. Because the more you get into that comfort, you're just always comfortable. Your whole life is comfortable. I'm telling you, it's the devil in disguise. It's the devil in disguise, because you can't progress if you're not making yourself uncomfortable. And that's in anything. Even when you was in school. I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. If you went to school, you had to study for them tests. Sometimes your ass had headaches. Sometimes you was tired and you still had to study. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't go through that discomfort, your ass probably would have failed. You see what I'm saying? And so, but anyway, this is what you got to do, man. Hopefully y'all found this podcast helpful. If you did, leave a review. All right, leave a review so that way we can push this content out to more people. And again, I'm giving out free game, man. Show some support. All right, we out here. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.